At last, we meet for the first time, and hopefully not for the last time. Hi, my name is Maya, and welcome to my first video ever done on this YouTube channel. As this month is October and it's Halloween, I decided to put up a Halloween welcome sign. Hello everyone! My channel's name is Books, Cinema, and Everything Else. I thought my name was fitting as I love books and movies, and I have worked at a movie theater, and another word for theater is cinema. This video is really a long time coming, as it is something I have wanted to do for what feels like a very long time now. It has taken me a few weeks from when I started to create this channel, as I had to really fight through my fears. After all, it has been said, you are your own worst enemy. And for me, that just happens to be true. I started this channel because when COVID hit, theaters were hit hard and had to close for a great many of months. I worked at a small independent theater, and I have since I was in grade 12. While in my grade 12th year of high school, I started to work. So I went to school to help pay for my last year of high school, to help ease my mom's stresses. I didn't want to worry as much as she had about how expensive my following year of high school was going to be. So that year, I worked at the theater, went to school, and did about 30 to 100 hours worth of volunteer work. I volunteered at the veterinary hospital near my house, which was a really great experience. They treated me very well. But during that year, I was really learning how to properly talk to people and communicate without mumbling or fumbling with my words. After all, both the theater, school, and volunteering was forcing me to properly use my voice and to sound professional. I was, after all, gonna leave high school and head up to the real world. You know, more school for me. This was what I did. So, as things work sometimes, it came naturally for me to talk about my love for books and movies, how they came to be, the stories, how they can have effect on people. It was truly amazing to be able to talk to people about my interests and actually be able to communicate it well. This channel is a place to be able to do that, kind of like how I was able to do that when I was working at the theater. That is why I created this channel. My hope is that this can be a place where book and movie lovers alike can watch and enjoy and hear out my opinions. I am born and raised in Canada, and I use mostly Canadian spelling for everything I write. So please don't be surprised if something doesn't look if it's spelled right. Most likely I just use Canadian spelling. After not working or being in school because it got closed down, so I didn't know classes, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, like way more than usual. And well, I stumbled upon a lot of YouTube videos. Some I really liked, some I didn't, but the one thing that I did recognize is I gravitated a lot towards books and movies. So there I was, watching YouTube videos, missing talking with people almost every day about a movie, and sometimes their book counterparts if they had one. And I stumbled upon this really good YouTube channel that was new for me, that has great content that I really like to watch and do look for when she does new uploads. And in one of her videos, she talked about, I guess, goals and some fears. I can't remember which video it is, sadly. And how if you really wanted to do something, like start a YouTube channel, not to let your fears stop you, her words and message hit me hard. And I had to admit to myself that I wanted to create videos and have people watch them So I created my YouTube channel and working on videos and new content to post on it. Her video was what inspired me to do this. Her YouTube channel name is Serena Skyborn. I always have to say her name a little slowly because Serena kind of reminds me of a friend I have. So, who is your favorite YouTuber and why? My favorite YouTuber probably has to be Dominic Normal. But when I was first watching him, he was called the Dom. I love his videos, and I'm trying to watch all his videos that he has on his channel. It feels like a slow work in progress. Sometimes I'll stumble backwards and go and rewatch what he has already made. Some of my favorites anyway. Something a little bit funny about me is that when we were growing up, my mom would take us to the library. So we were very well behaved in the library and we knew it quite a bit. But after I got to a certain age, started really hating books because teachers picked everything we read and I didn't really like most of them, and they were all just assignments. They were nothing for fun. And for years I kind of boycotted the library, but I did have this one amazing librarian in my elementary school, and she tried very hard to get me to read something, anything. We'd spend hours figuring out books and stuff to read for me, anything. And well, I never actually finished any of the books she gave me, which I feel very bad about now. But there's one book that stuck with me, and it was part of the reason why I started to finally pick up books when I got older. I hit high school and I realized, no, not high school, sorry. So in my grade 7 year, I had this teacher and he made it mandatory for everyone to have 30 minutes of silent reading sometime during the day, right? He said something about how he would have random people come up in front of the class when he didn't think anyone was reading or they were playing on their phone or doing something they weren't supposed to, that he would pick one of us, have us stand in front of the class and talk about the book that we picked. Me not really wanting to be called on upon this teacher like at all, asked for my friend beside me if she had a book. She did. She had The Guardians of Ga'Hoole, which I love and will hope to do a video on later down the road. And I read it and I finished it. It'd been so long since I finished a book, like really a long time. I went on to the next book, the next, and the next. And next thing I know, I'm like, well, I really like this series. My mom goes to the library with us, with a friend. She had something to do at the library. And I went and wandered around, and I hit the teen section, right? Young adult teen section. And I pick up a bunch of books, put them down. Don't read more than a few pages. Pick up one. My mom comes. I didn't even get to read it. And she asked if that's what I wanted because it's in my hand, or if we could go, because my sister was done, my mom was done. Her friend that we were with at the time was like ready to go home too, but he was willing to give us a ride. And I said, I don't remember what I said, but I didn't want to let this book go for some reason, so I took it with me, signed it out. When I got home, I left it for a little while, and then I finally picked it up to read it. Like, I have it. Why not, right? I read it, I finished it, and would later go on to buy it. And that would basically be how I started to really love books and read them and appreciate the world that the author created. What I thought was really funny is my mom always told me that I reminded her of Belle. And I kind of thought that was funny because for the longest time you wouldn't see me with a book at all. And then I hit grade 7, right? Read The Guardians of Ga'Hoole, picked up another book, ended up loving and reading that series as well. And I really did start to understand why my mom said I was so much like Belle, because I really loved reading books, and boy did I ever. I have a small, what I consider a very small library in my room, right? Well, I couldn't actually keep it in my room anymore, so I have a small room I switched with my sister, and then I have another small-ish room that's mostly, I don't know, closet stuff or whatever, and then I have my bookshelves there, and it's a small library. And that moment when Belle sees the library and says it's wonderful, I finally understand that, right? I go into libraries and it's wonderful. It's kind of funny now if I think about it, because I was always a movie person. Always, I watched movies for everything. Didn't even bother to pick up the book, even though so many people, so many times told me, the book is better. The book is better. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not ready yet. And I wasn't. And now that I am, I still have a love and appreciation for movies. I mean, movie night would be family night, or family night would be movie night. When my mom had the money to treat us, we'd go to the movie theater, the same movie theater that I would eventually end up working at, which was a small independent theater that had really good prices compared to the big blockbusters and ones like Cineplex, right? So it was cheaper, better price. We could go see a movie together, even have popcorn and pop and a candy, and it wouldn't break the bank, right? And that was a really wonderful experience, which is how I ended up really loving the experience I had, especially at the movie theater. I really liked working there, and it made it even more special that that was the place my mom took me to when I was a little kid. I really enjoyed that. Eventually I got to know people, and my love of movies was fostered, and that only continued to grow stronger. Only thing that really changed was that I also had a great more appreciation for people that worked in the movie theaters, even the industry itself, because there's a lot that can cause it to flux, go up and down, make money, lose money, and the past 18 or so months has really shown that. Thank you everyone who stuck around and finished my video. It's the first one I ever made on this YouTube channel, so it was a lot of fun to make. I just wanted to say before I go that all clips or movies that I added that I didn't film myself, I have no copyright infringement meant to have at all. There'll be descriptions below. Thank you so much, and have a good night.